YouTube. Man, it's been a long 2 weeks. It has. The worst of the worst has happened. The worst of the worst. It's just horrible. The truck, the Russian truck, is still at the dealer, and I couldn't. I don't understand why it's not fixed yet. My neighbor fixed his right away, but they wanted to take it to the dealer, and it's still at the dealer. And the last couple days, the last week, it's just been tomorrow. They say it should be tomorrow, and now we're going exactly 2 weeks that the truck has been at the dealer, and I couldn't do it. I had to go back with the Indians. I had to go back to them. The pay schedule with the Russians puts me 2 weeks in the hole. Well, almost 2 weeks in the hole, depending on the weekday, depending when it falls, or when they receive the trip pack. And yeah, I mean, today is the 9th, and that means I wouldn't see a paycheck till the right now the truck's not even ready, so who knows, we're going to the end of the month, and I got a little bit of money, but it's not last time I got paid was on the 26th. It was the 26th. All right, and then I got paid again this past weekend, but I was from 2 weeks ago. So according to my map, looking at the calendar, I mean, it's just off because the truck's not ready. The truck's not ready. I can't work, and right now I'm a little bit ahead. I'm just like right at the mark. If I hang out at the house any longer, it's just gonna put me more and more behind. I couldn't do it. So I was gonna just get me a local job, and just whenever they called, just tell them, listen here, man, just we'll figure something out. I mean, it wasn't my fault anyway. It's not my fault. It was not my fault. Whatever happened to the truck was not my fault. I'll take your truck back. I ain't gonna try to back. I mean, it's not the Freightliner. It's not technically an abandoned. I didn't abandon the equipment because we all know where it's at. It's just I can't sit home. I mean, I already sat home for. I left Sunday. Today's Tuesday. They said Friday. I was hoping Friday. I got my stuff back ready again. Nothing. When I hit about 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, and I still didn't get a phone call from anybody. On top of that, they really haven't been, like, I've had to reach out, hey, what's the status? And then they'll get back to me, and I will show you the text messages. I mean, I was patient. I've been patiently waiting, not like a thing, but I mean, the best interest for my family is not to stay home and wait any longer for pimping to, I mean, they're gonna pimp them out for that cost, because at the end of the day, that 99 Classic that I showed y'all, his just in parts was that was over $6,500 just in parts. So I'm pretty sure the dealer, charging all this money per hour, probably hit him for a lot more. What I think is, I think they might be doing like some kind of insurance claim, and this is why it's delayed. So look, man, I went to look at the truck. I went to the dealer. It's wide open. It's a 24-hour. Have you ever been to Freightliner of Houston? It's 24 hours. There were like 3 shifts there, or 2 shifts, a day shift and a night shift. And the truck was there. The truck looked like truck really looked like they really hadn't been working on it. It looked like they really hadn't been working on it. I mean, it moved from one spot to another, but it really didn't look like they had been working on it. Maybe I'm wrong. I didn't look. I just went to see what was open to grab some of my stuff. Just, you know, I don't know. I made a phone call. I made a phone call Friday, and that Friday, and I'll give him the breakdown, man. Look, man, this bad situation. I had to do it. You know what I mean? It's the best interest of my family. You know, he, the owner, dispatcher, whatever cluster they got going on for management over there, I mean, he was more than glad. I mean, he did offer a competitive pay to the Russian. Now, it turned into it turned into chess, because the offer dropped a little bit, because now I needed him versus he needed me. So that's all right. I mean, we're still high up. We're still at a good number. So it's not like it's not no longer percentage. It's now back to running cent per mile. But you know, the guy pretty much offered me. Now I'm in this Cascadia glider kit, 12.7. Just ain't gonna park it at the house. No park it nowhere in Houston. Just park it at the yard. If it gets stolen at the yard, that's on them. I ain't parking it. I'm not even taking it home to go pick up my stuff, to pick up stuff in it. I'm nothing. If I gotta get fuel at the Pilot on 45 in Ritchie, look, man, I'm leaving this shit running. I'm leaving it running just in case they want to come back and try to steal the computer again. I don't know, man. These guys are professionals. They're straight professionals. They according to my neighbor, I mean, they got all the trucks that same weekend, and they stole the whole Freightliner Classic. Stole it. So if you're from Houston, or you know, or Texas, you know, the Silverados, the Tacuaches, you know that shit is hot fire. Can't take that shit nowhere. I'll get it stolen. And I guess if you have a Freightliner with a Detroit, it's desirable to owner operator. Desirable. I'm not an owner operator, but it really doesn't matter that it's a Detroit 60 series or not. You know, for me, as long as it's a paper log truck, then the rest don't matter. You know what I mean? As long as the truck does its job, ain't gonna leave me stranded. It don't matter to me. So the guy, he offered me back my same truck. This Cascadia was available to take on Sunday. I took it. I don't like driving Cascadias, but especially Cascadia gliders, they just behave weird. With like when you start it, you gotta, you know, clutch in. You gotta hold the key for a couple seconds, because the body computer needs to talk with the engine computer to start, and little stuff like that. There's little delays. Other than that, I mean, the truck drives fine. I mean, yeah. So I took a trip, Houston to Denver. I'm in Denver right now at the Pepsi. Yeah, I really, I don't know, man. Like, I talked to my girl about it. Like, I'm really not trying to abandon the equipment, and I don't plan on to. But once I tell those people, yo, I'm not coming back to pick that truck up when you want it back because I'm gone, I don't know how they're gonna take that. They may not take that too well. I mean, it's unfair. It's unfair for me to have to set out 2 weeks for the fix the truck when they could have taken it somewhere else. It would have been fixed already. I was down for a week. Even if the truck would have been ready on Friday, we would have been good. I would have just trooped the bid. Cause I know if I would have left there, I would have made a check before the end of the month. Would have been good with the little bit that I got in the bank. and whatever the thing, then I would be just barely behind, but I would make it up. And then, but the 2 weeks sitting, I mean, I don't even think I can ask for no breakdown pay because I'm home. As far as they could have sent me another truck, I think they could have sent me another. They could have came up with an alternative or something. Communication has been very low from them. Like, I really haven't heard much from them, so that has me worried too. Where it's like, you know, I'm there less than 90 days, so you know they can just easily say, you know, you're fired. You know, they ain't gonna tell. Of course, they ain't gonna tell you that. They gonna tell you, oh, don't worry about it, brother. Have you do a load or two, bring it back to the yard, bring it back to the Chicago area. You know, let's say, oh yeah, we want to talk, and then yeah, just put your keys on the table and just go. The door is plenty of wide for you and your stuff. You can just go. So I like that. That's in the back of my mind, where it's like it's not like I've been with them for a little bit, and then this situation has happened. It's more of, I'm new and this situation has happened, and like this is it's just as bad as you crashing the truck in the first month you drive for a company. It's not as bad because it's not you crash truck and not going on your license, but the cost of money that's going toward it is just as, I mean, it's just as bad. Because if homeboy spent $6,500 on just parts, I don't even want to know what the labor with the parts and whatever the markup, all this other nonsense to do this in the door. I mean, it's probably over 10 grand by now. It's over 10 grand, and they're probably not happy at all. That's what happened. No one, like the fleet manager or the service man, I don't know, the head of the fleet. He's let me take a little sip of this little Tampico. Killing sperm every sip. He hasn't really, no one's really reached out, so I had to do it. I had to just crawl back. I had to just crawl back to the Indians. You know, they were just crawl back. I mean, I felt there would be some type of way, but it was kind of really like an open arms, you know, situation. They weren't really making me feel any type of way, you know. I told him why I was getting paid and what was the breakdown, and like he was like, "Damn, that sounds pretty good." Like he understood, I guess, in a way. Like, you know, it's kind of was a little hard to pass that up, you know. And really, like, I told him, I was like, it wasn't my first decision to go there, but y'all pushed me to go there, and I really didn't want to go there, you know. And then like, hindsight is 20/20, bro, because I would have known all this. Like, really not even all this. It's just like, just a waste of time. And now the truck now I got to figure out what's gonna happen. What I don't want to is get an abandonment of equipment on my CSA or I mean, it's not a DAC. I mean, I don't plan on working for a mega carrier, but you just don't know what the future might hold. I mean, or like right now, yo, I ain't going nowhere, man. Oh my God, between going with a friend of a friend, driving his 2004 Z7 9400 International, that truck was he might as well have bought the truck on site scene than telling me that he went out to the dealer, had a mechanic look at it, and bought it. Because when I went to go look at the truck, I found about a handful of things that were an issue with the truck. Between tires, between small maintenance things. I mean, bro, like, that truck, I drove that truck for about a week and a half, and it was a rough, you know. The guy, I was trying to work with the guy, trying to help the guy grow his his business while trying to grow my pockets. You know what I mean? Make that connection, but it didn't happen. You know, we try to do the Amazon, but the Amazon account we were on that authority, other two drivers had some issues with some deliveries, and Amazon don't play that. So I was late by like 5 minutes because some construction and traffic. You know, dropping off at 4 o'clock in the afternoon in Dallas, coming from Denver, and after that one right there, bro, I mean, they let me take the other relay, but from Florida, from Davenport, Florida, I pretty much had to I pretty much deadheaded back to Houston, bobtailed from Davenport, Florida, and the truck only goes 65. That truck only went 65. So for me, like this truck right here, this truck will go as fast as I want it to. The other truck will go as fast as I wanted to. I think most of the trucks go at least 70, 75. The most I go is like 70, 72. That's good consistent speed. You're not passing everybody, especially if the speed limit is 75. 70, 72 is a good speed. You're not gonna be you'll just be keeping up with the flow. You're not gonna be passing everybody. Most of the trucks are covering that 65 or 70. So if you're doing 70, 72, I mean, you cruising. But that's how you're coming out west. Over there, like Florida, it's, you know, no one's doing the stands fucking speed. Just no one's doing it. So that is what happened there with that situation. We did that Amazon, and I stayed home for a week. I stayed home for another week. Then we got whatever situation we had to get taken care of with the insurance, with the authority, what he was under, some nonsense. Boom. We took a power only back to Florida for the high. I mean, it was paying good. It wasn't going deep in the floor. It was going right, like maybe an hour into the Panhandle when you're coming from the west. So I took it for, it was like 17 or 1800. It was like, I don't know, I'm wrong on the price. That was like $250, almost $3 a mile, and so we took it. But when it came time to go take the load back, or back anywhere out, the authority that he was signed under did not have the proper insurance to pick up a load out. Your power only, you got to get a load out, and you got to get you have to get a load for that load out, and you got to calculate the time, whatever. And we just, you know, we didn't know until we called one place, and it was like a $4 a mile going like 200 miles for like $1,000. It was some or 800. It was like $800. It was some outrageous. It was like just to get me out of that area, put me into like a Savannah, Atlanta, just to get me out of Florida. And the guy said, "Yeah, man, you don't got no interchange. You don't have, your interchange insurance is only like a 10,000. Like we need at least 25. You need 25 to 30. If it's a brand new trailer or the reefer trailer, it needs to be 35 or 40." So we called the owner, that, you know, where our authority's under, that the authority's under, and it took the guy literally 7 days to put that out. No, I waited 2. I literally waited at this little rinky-dinky truck stop in Florida, in West Florida, and then up north and west of the Panhandle, for 2 days inside that truck. And yeah, I think I picked up Monday, delivered Tuesday. I left Thursday. I waited, so I was ready to go Tuesday. I waited all day Tuesday. I waited all day Wednesday. When about 12 o'clock Thursday came around, I said, I said no. And I told the guy, he kind of, he asked me to, what, to help me, I would stay. He bumped me up some more money, and I drive back that drive back to Houston. It had me thinking. I was like, man, this ain't it. I was like, this ain't it. And then that's when I went to the Russians I had applied for in December. Some of these people were blackballing me, but I mean, not to go. And I mean, the company's not a bad. The Russians is not a bad situation. It's just not a bad situation. It's not a bad situation at all. It's just unfortunate. It's an unfortunate event that happened to me. I mean, who knows? God knows why. I mean, also those winter storms and stuff like that. I drove through a little bit of them in the 2 weeks I was working for them, and the storms were pretty bad. I mean, that whole 2 months, that was home. So I just look at it as God, for me, God knows why I wasn't in the truck rolling down that highway. I'm Mr. Slowpoke going down the road, but when it's open road, I'm gone. But God knows why I it wasn't meant for me to be on the road the last 2 months, and we're marching, beginning of March now. So yeah. Yep. And yeah, I mean, it's trucking. I mean, I found a couple situations local, $1,800 to $2,000 situations. Even then, it was kind of the guy that got his computer ripped out. He has another truck that he has, and he offered me a job doing flatbedding, and he would just show me some flatbedding, and then we'll do some team runs and both the trucks, just to make sure I was good. And he pretty much guaranteed a minimum of $1,600 for like 4 days of work, which sounds pretty good if you ask me, because you get to be home every day. And he's like, if I wanted to work the 5 days or the 6 days, whatever, he said that would put me over $2,000 easily all day. The 16 to 18 that's like bottom dollar. That's like the bottom dollar horrible week. The lows ain't paying nothing. He's like, that's the lowest I've seen it, and he said in the 6 years he's been running under his own authority, and had drivers work for him. He just has one truck, so just drivers. Or he said that's the smallest check I've seen, and like he's like, really, after that 1,600, before that they were seeing 18, 2,200, 2,300, $2,000. They were seeing that for weeks prior. They got one, and it was just maybe like just one, just about a week or whatever. So I mean, at least the guy was nice enough to offer me a position, which is cool. I mean, I told him, I let him know. He said that the other truck is not ready. He's getting some work done to it, so I could not really go right away, and make a check. The most important part is, so I got paid this Saturday. Well, yeah, the check dropped this Saturday. That at least can make a paycheck, a decent paycheck, by next Friday or Saturday or next Monday for sure. It's not I gotta send the trip pack, I gotta photocopy and PDF, and I gotta the miles are 1, 2, 3. All right, yeah, just send it to me. Yeah, send it to my email, and it's done. As long as I send my BOLs, they send my money. BOLs, I don't have to. All I gotta do is I take a picture and send it to them. A clean picture The one woman that is at the office, she does for 20 trucks by herself. As long as it's a clean picture, she converts it to the PDF. 9 through email. Just text her. If it's a bad or it don't look like a good, she'll ask you to email it to her. But 9 out of 10 times, a photocopy through text will do, and she converts it to PDF and she sends it to the broker so they can get paid. And sometimes I don't even send the BO right away. Like it's been there where I got like 3 or 4 days without sending the BOL, and I mean, they don't necessarily. And sometimes I'm gone for 2 weeks. They're not asking, send the original to get paid. The load is done. You've done your job. Put it down. Pay me, or put it down in the books. All right, it's a done deal. It's done. And that's what really has me frustrated with the Russians, is that it takes 3 or 4 days for the trip pack, and then 7 days after they receive the trip pack. I don't know when they receive the trip pack and how long it's sitting on the desk to waiting for somebody to get to it. So it's 10 days, but it's really you can put it in 2 weeks. So you're 2 weeks in the hole, and I can't. Not right now. I mean, not right now. I mean, when I first started, I was good with. I was holding down for the 2 weeks, being in the hole, just running down the last of my savings. Just so when I started on the 8th with them. I started with them almost a month ago. I would another company. Fucking job hopper for real. Yeah, that's my biggest. That was one of my gripes. That's not my biggest gripe. The biggest gripe I've had so far, driving back into my old situation, which is, they've made some adjustments and it's better than it was, or even before I quit. I quit after the raise. I quit after the raise. Like, all right, we're gonna give you a raise, it was like a 5-cent raise per mile, and I quit. Well, they made me mad, and I just left. Like, it's not like it was nothing personal. I told him straight up, it's nothing personal. It was just like, I told him why. He'd be lying. If you watch it, I don't think you'd be watching it, but you know what I mean. You'd be lying, and just keep it 100 with me. Don't be lying. I can't stand that shit. Like, why are you lying for, bro? You know what I mean? So, and I gotta tell you, because this appointment was for 7, and someone was for 7. I got here like at 8:30. And the trailer was loaded hella improper. I mean, all the weights to the front. And you can feel the truck. You feel the truck when it's not loaded correctly. You can feel the thing in the weight gauge is like right at where 34,000 would be on the drives, and it's right at it. I think it's just like a hair over, and the tandem was slid all the way forward. So, it wasn't a nice ride. I didn't even get a chance to scale it. I didn't want to be just annoyed with it. So, gripe number 2 about the Russians, which I did not know. People, what's the bullshit? The bullshit is when you go to the orientation, that's when you find out what it is. And then when you start working, that's when you find out what it really is. You don't find out what it really is until you're in it. Because I didn't know nothing about that damn camera until I know I seen it on they got the little Facebook. I know I seen the deal with the camera there. I seen it, but I did not. I didn't put 2 and 2 together. I thought there was like, some safety. So the whole time I'm driving down this road, I'm driving these 2 weeks with them. I can't stop looking at the damn camera. I'm looking at the camera. Y'all on the steering wheel right now, so I look at you, you know, and like you go off, the truck comes out of the lane a little bit. It start beeping at you. It's like you pulling out the truck stop, and you pulling out the fuel island, and you pulling right your seatbelt. It starts telling you your seatbelt ain't on. You're on the phone, boop, looking for the address. You go on the Google Maps, like trying to look at this address real quick. Making sure you at the right spot. Looking at it's telling you distraction. I mean, they did call me and say, yo, I mean, you ain't got no recorded events. I mean, they even make sure like, yo, is the camera even working now? Because like, yo, no one. They usually have some kind of events happen with drivers, you know, especially like within the first week. I'm like, thing one is I don't drive. I don't be tailgating people. They did tell me I was like 78 and like 65 going down the hill. Some super trucker shit. The hill, it got away from me. The hill got a little away from me. I mean, that's the only thing they had to complain about was just my speed, and like I was going to St. Louis 65 or 68 in the 55. I mean, it's 12 o'clock at night. Like, we gone. We're trying to get there. You know what I mean? That camera situation, you just drive it. I don't know how many of y'all maybe driven with a damn camera. You know, it's not looking at you 24/7, but it's looking at how you drive. And like, bro, that's you just that unsettling feeling, because it's like, you know, that camera is not there for the benefit. They said it's there to benefit you, but then it's not there to benefit you entirely. It's there to benefit them. You know what I mean? So they know when they point the finger at you, they know, we got some concrete evidence that it was you that messed up. You know what I mean? So yeah. I mean, I don't know, man. Those are my two goals. Other than that, I mean, the working percentage, the truck was working fine. You know, government at 70. I wasn't crazy about the 70. I was not crazy about the wheelbase, because you know, you try to make some tight turns. I mean, the flarings on the sleeper almost touching the trailer. You pretty much gotta drive with. I hate seeing people with the fifth wheel slid all the way back. It's just something about it just bothers me. It's just like, I know it's not right, so I drive with it like right over the between the tires, the two axles, the two drives. And we're gonna see today. I mean, we're in mountain time. It is at 9:51, and it's about 11 o'clock, about to be 11 o'clock in Houston, and we still have not heard nothing. So at this point now, I think someone's lying. It's either the Russians are lying or the dealership is lying. But someone's definitely lying. Like, it don't make no sense. It makes zero sense. Like, when I went to go pull my stuff out, I was like, yo, if I pull up and the truck is not there, I'm gonna flip. I'm gonna flip. I'm just gonna flip out. You know, luckily the truck was there, but like, I got in the battery. The battery's completely dead. You can smell the truck smell like it's been sitting on the sun that haven't moved. Like, you kind of tell like the truck really hadn't been moved much in the last. I didn't look under. Like, it's a 24-hour spot. You can drive in, but I pulled in like at 12 o'clock at night, almost midnight, to go get my stuff out the truck. I just wanted to go see it, and I was like, you know, I'm pulling my stuff out the truck. Just that feeling, that gut feeling. I was like, you know what? And I already called the Indian people, and they already said they want to see what they can do for me. So, which they did. I'm in it. So I just wanted to at least grab my GPS and what else I had there? My Timbs. Oh, my Timbs. Oh my dead ass. Like, don't let the Timbs disappear. The 220 now. I really have only worked about 3 weeks in the last 60 days. So, you know, a little 220, that cuts deep if they get lost. So luckily, you know, all my stuff was there. I think I might have left my broom that I bought. But if I do take the truck back, which I plan on to, whenever they tell me it's ready, well, whatever I tell them, I'm ready to go take it back. Now, you know, they're on my time now. I can't do it. You know, just take back their equipment. Yeah, buddy. Alright, guys. If you like the content and stuff that I do be talking about, please like, subscribe, comment. If you made it to the end of the video, please let me know. I know it was a little. I've been literally sitting home getting my 3Fs on. You don't know what the 3Fs are? Go ask the old school about it. They're gonna tell you what the 3Fs are. And I just been staying home, just getting fed. And then you should be able to do all the rest. I'll see you later.